Hey everyone, welcome to season 4 of Meaningful Makeover, virtual edition.
We were just chatting about some of the past seasons and reflecting on what we really enjoyed most about them. My favorite part is when the providers say something along the lines of, this is now a professional space, or I feel like a professional, or they feel validated by
how empowered they feel, and
like having the space reflect what they'd envisioned or what they wanted to do or what they want for families, and like they want families to feel like this is a professional space. And my thing with that is always like, well, you already were a professional, you already had this.
How about you, Dahe? What is your favorite thing about Meaningful Makeover?
Well, my favorite part of the Meaningful Makeover is just seeing the before and after photos and videos, just how some of the small changes that we make can look very big and dramatic.
So this season looks different because all of our lives look different due to the pandemic.
rather than taking our whole crew in and transforming the space in a day, we collaborated and provided support to providers to transform their own space.
Stay tuned after the show for a quick wrap up with budget details.
Meaningful Makeover is a makeover of early learning environments. Teachers don't often have the opportunity to see how other environments are designed. Meaningful Makeover is a chance to see just that. The process begins with an environmental assessment, which gives us data to plan with. We work in partnership with teachers and their coaches to plan for the makeover. Each episode features a different teacher in their early learning environment. You'll see how our environmental experts make over different areas, why they're making those changes, and how the design promotes learning opportunities. We do this on a small budget and by leveraging existing and community resources, so that these are relatable changes that teachers feel they can actually do. The show is full of tips and ideas for making affordable, small changes that have a big impact. Welcome to Meaningful Makeover!
Today we are here with Carolina and Freddy.
Hello, I'm Carolina.
Greetings, I'm Freddy.
All right, we're here with my co-host, Deanna Simmons.
So excited to be here for virtual Meaningful Makeover.
Likewise, thank you for the opportunity. The name of our childcare is called Gratitude Gardens Childcare. We focus on a lot of plants, which is where the name came from. I'm combining a little bit of my previous studies, which is early childhood education, with my current studies right now, horticulture. And that's how we came up with the name. We wanted something meaningful. We love the feeling of gratitude, and so we brought it to our name.
In what ways does gratitude show up in your program?
Every time we have lunch, we go around the kids and we'll say, who wants to go first? And they all raise their hands and we say, okay, what was your favorite part about the day? We make a list like, oh, we did this, and then we also did this. And so we get that happy feeling. My husband, Freddy, he does the music part of our program.
The appreciation of music is the gratitude that they start to develop. And, you know, we have it with our daughters, and it's great. And they love it, because I feel like anywhere in the world where we go, and if this stays with us from a young age, just kindness, you know what I mean? Kindness is a form of gratitude.
Do you want to tell us how things went over the last year with COVID and the COVID health routines?
Right, we added like 20 something pages to our guidelines. And so it was okay because I didn't have a large group. I was just starting off and going full-time in school, so I didn't have that many kids. But so I guess it made it easier for me to tell the couple that I did. It was okay, although it was still stressful with all the rules. I'm happy that we have more things that we're allowed to do now. We have been open for about a year and a half. We have 3 kids in care, and they're all older. I started very wide with a lot of things that I was doing in my program. But as I went through the days and the months and the children, I kind of learned about which path I wanted to take for my childcare. So very much learning as I go with my business since we're fairly new.
Do you use a specific curriculum at your program?
Sometimes I ask the kids, what do you want to learn about? Because what I've learned is that they're more willing to learn about it when they want to learn about it, instead of just because I want something, want to teach them something, you know, and whatever I want to teach them, I sprinkle it throughout the day, so that they can still get like what I think is important. But really they learn a lot through play.
So it's like you're coming up with what you want to do, and also sounds like you have a little project based in there, because you're asking the kids what they want to learn about, and then you're kind of building off of that and covering the topics there. So you have kind of a mix of emergent and project based going on.
I noticed that there was instruments everywhere. And so I said, let's do a little music area. Let's just put them in one place where we can find them. And he said, no, they need to be everywhere. They need to see them and get them when they're in sight. And when we're in the kitchen and we're waiting for a snack or they're just passing through, they grab the guitar that's in the corner here.
Sounds like it's helping the rhythm of your day, helping you guys keep in tune.
Part of our.
What are your hopes for this makeover? Like, what do you envision? You mentioned your kitchen table.
Yeah, both of sides of the table are tight. We use it to eat, but we also are on this table a lot of our day doing activities. And so the problem is, I guess, that there's not enough room to be walking through comfortably and having a permanent kids like messy play area at the same time.
Do you usually have your program set up in kind of learning areas?
So it's a big space, and there's enough space to have the different sections, which is great, but I feel like it all blends in because there's no really like square here for this little corner to be the pretend play. It's kind of open, and there's a good and bad to that, because the openness helps us when we do performances. We bring out the microphone, right, and we do performances, so there's a lot of movement there. So I don't know how I can have sections and the openness at the same time so that they can still have that free motion, free movement.
We're going to put our heads together and think about what you told us today and come up with some ideas. And then at the planning meeting, we'll tell you our ideas and you'll tell us if you like them or not. And then we'll adjust based on that. And then we'll order the materials and we'll put everything together. Thank you so much for joining us for this interview. We were really happy to learn about your program, and we're excited to go back and meet up with our team and make a plan.
I'm looking forward to it all. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a
great day.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, Kim. So today we're here and we're going to learn a little bit about curriculum. Can you tell me a little bit about, what is a curriculum and what are some of the factors in selecting a curriculum?
Yeah, that's obviously it's a huge question, but we can also think about it actually quite simply. So a curriculum is an educator's plan for what to do. Like, kind of that's it. But there are a few considerations that we have to weave into that. One is whatever state you're in, whatever country you're in, there are going to be some sorts of early learning or developmental guidelines, state standards. There's generally, we think about what kids learn are broken into domains. So there would be like math and science and social studies. A curriculum should have plans to touch on all of those domains. So we want to think about the whole child and the whole body of learning that we can provide for them.
We're working with a program that's really interested in music, and they're a new program, and they have a lot of musical instruments around in their different learning areas, and they would really like to do more with music and make sure that they are building and scaffolding children's learning in that area. Do you have any advice for a program that might want to implement something specific like a focus on music?
First of all, there's the arts, the domain of the arts, where they're actually just growing an appreciation and understanding of music as an art form. But then I think of how music and math are constantly tied together in all the highest sciences. How can you use music to teach math? And how can, maybe in reverse, how can you start with some math skills you're hoping to expose the kids to, and think, how can we integrate music or instruments into that? Of course, there's a ton of songs that teach math skills. So that would be a great connection. Using it as a way to explore cultures around the world would be interesting. Separating the music from the lyrics would be another way. You know, a lot of times the sequence goes, you learn the song with the words, but then you can write new words and use the same tune, right? And so that's a way to get some language and vocabulary, and then pretty soon you can write your own song and your own music. And so there's a sequence there, I think, of language and writing, rhyming, rhythm, syllables, all of that in there.
So what I'm hearing is that really you could use music as the base for almost your entire curriculum.
You could.
Thank you so much for joining us today for this interview. We're going to go back and do some more research, and we might have some more questions for you in the future. And so I just want to thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much. It's a joy. I love the show.
Hello, how are you today, Carolina? Hi, Freddie.
Hello.
Hey, we're
Doing
doing
good.
great.
So our targets for the makeover that we talked about last time were possibly updating your kitchen and chairs. We talked about considering curriculum, music curriculum particularly. It sounded like you might be interested in something like that, and defining learning areas.
Yes, that sounds exactly like what we talked about.
So defining learning areas, why? So children have a convenient place to engage in a particular type of play, so they kind of know where to get things and know where to put things back. It doesn't mean things can't mix around or go to other areas or whatever, but it really can help children engage more deeply when they can count on being able to engage in a particular type of play in an area that's designed and set up for use with that activity in mind. So our goal would be to create learning areas that are engaging and help children build skills. So here's a suggested layout, and the logic here is kind of starting at one end of your classroom with kind of the noisier stuff, and then kind of moving across to the quieter areas, so that kids that are kind of reading books and trying to have a quiet time are kind of away from the kids that are getting more rowdy with blocks and dramatic play and that type of thing.
I like that. Okay.
And then you kind of build out here, maybe adding a writing center, because a lot of times when kids are engaged in dramatic play, they might want to take a trip to the writing center to make some tickets or a menu or things like that. So it's nice to have the writing center kind of close by. That can be very small. I
Right,
think you already have something kind of set up a little bit like that. Then you'd have an art area. Then you'd have this is a bit of a change, because you'd be moving your couches and your bookshelf kind of all into the same area, so that when you're doing reading and quiet stuff, you could be doing your quiet things over in this corner. You'd still have this group time kind of middle area open. And then you could add in maybe a little STEM area, and finally a fine motor shelf where you would add the puzzles, connecting toys, that type of thing.
It looks exciting. I like how it's blocked off for its certain purpose.
And
Very
that doesn't mean that you can't still add music materials throughout all of these different centers or science materials throughout the different areas of these centers. It's just that you also might want to have kind of a dedicated area for some materials that always are in that particular place, so that if a child, you know, if you're really helping somebody work on fine motor, it's easy for you to be like, I know I'm going to try to get this kiddo focused over in this fine motor area a little bit today. He loves cars. I'm going to add car puzzles to this area. And we're going to be thinking about next, what materials do you want in each area? Are there things that you need for your dramatic play area?
A dress up closet so that the outfits can be seen more.
Okay.
Because right now they're all just pulled out of the basket, and so they have to go through a lot to get to what they're looking for. In the future, I would like to add more career related dress up.
Okay.
So like a construction worker, like hat and vest, and like a nurse.
All right. How about blocks? Do you have a block area?
I have one set of blocks that's like different colors for them to stack and build with.
So they're kind of smaller blocks and you have them with the fine motor materials?
I'm not sure if it would be fine motor skills, because I have smaller activities that are more for the fine motor skills.
A lot of times we say if most of the sizes of the block are sides of the block are under 2 inches, then we would call them fine motor blocks. And if most of the sides of the blocks are over 2 inches, then we would call them unit blocks. Then they would be blocks. I will give a plug for how awesome big unit blocks can be. They do take up a lot of space, so a lot of family child care programs don't go with unit blocks, but they can be really fun, and they're a really great way to learn math. And then where do the kids build with the blocks?
So we have one little picnic table, but it's part of the pretend play, so they don't take the blocks and build over there. They just kind of grab the bucket and sit in front of the shelf. A closer table would be better so that they can go and sit on there.
Okay. All right. Literacy cozy area. So you already have a child couch, an adult couch, you have books, you have a bookshelf. Wondering if there are other things that you need. Do you have a wide variety of books?
I would say that we could do a better job in providing more material that shows more people of different, but maybe more culture, I would say, culture books.
All right, now STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. So
we've done like a few colored experiments with vinegar and baking soda, and some experiments with a microscope.
Would you like to have like some toddler friendly science materials to add?
You know, I would like to, the station sounds very exciting to me. So I would like to add a lot more STEM material there for them to grab on their own without me having to do a project.
Okay. So would you need a little shelf and a little table for that?
Yes, I would. What kind of activities do you have for toddlers in this station?
Well, my little granddaughter right now is really interested in, for example, looking through color paddles at different things. You can use like little plastic containers and put rocks or different materials for them to explore and hot glue it shut so they can't open it, but they can still look at it and see those materials and explore them safely.
You can just add numbers to things, right? You can, add different shapes.
Some materials from outdoors or from within your classroom that they can explore with magnifying glasses. And
yeah, and those are simple ones too. This will probably be one of my favorite stations.
Oh, good.
Okay, I think we got a lot of different areas and things that I hadn't thought about.
Thanks for putting in your effort and time. We greatly appreciate it.
We'll be there with a big truck in person.
So cool.
Okay, we'll be looking out for you on through the window.
All right.
Awesome.
We are creating labels right now for all of the materials that we are putting in all of our shelves and bins. And so these labels just help the kids identify where the materials should go when they're done and putting them away. It helps them also recognize words. And so once we're done laminating them, we'll cut them out. We'll put them on the bin that the items go in, as well as the shelf that they go on, so that they know exactly where to put them away. We're also putting various different people doing different things and families so that children see diversity while they're playing.
So exciting! Awesome. And then, let's see. Oh, look. So that's what's inside. Activity cards are grouped around 3 units of learning. Okay, so we've got some rhythm sticks and maybe make it rain. And some. So this formal music curriculum is for Carolina's program. Her program wanted a music curriculum because her husband plays music and the children have been really interested and engaged in music across all the developmental domains. So we wanted to help her extend the learning by getting her access to more materials and a scope and sequence that comes along with the curriculum. So I'm so excited to share this with her.
Yeah, I think we only have 2 more labels and then we're done.
Should we put it like at the front so that it's...
Okay, now let's close bits.
So excited and pumped. Are you guys ready? All right, meaningful makeover! Woo! Small but mighty makeover. Okay, we're here. Let's go meet them.
Hello, how do you feel when you got your meaningful makeover?
Oh my gosh! Hi, it's so good to finally meet you. I am so grateful. Thank you. Thank you so much for all of these supplies that we get to play with. Yeah. So cute.
When you guys get started today, what is the first thing you're going to do?
The big people are gonna be inside while we organize, and we're kind of gonna surprise the little kids. So once everything is set up, they're gonna come in and check out the different stations. Yeah, we've been holding off. It's been very hard for the little ones to hold off.
Do you guys have everything you need to get started?
Yeah, so I got the blueprint that you sent us in one of the pretend bins, and so that's really helpful because I was trying to remember it from our last Zoom, but now I can see it.
All right, well, we'll let you guys get busy and we'll check in at 12:30 and see how you're doing.
Awesome. Sounds good.
All right,
Thank
good
you so
luck.
much. Nice to see you all. Bye.
Nice to see you. Bye. It'll be interesting to see how far they are.
Hi.
Hello, how's it going?
It's going great. So we just finished right before your call, and we have two more exciting parts to do. We got through one of the exciting parts, which was doing the setup, the shelves, and putting everything in the little cubicles. And now that we've put away some stuff to storage so that we can make some space for the new ones.
So did you have any challenges during this first part?
Let's see. Not, I would say just figuring out where we were going to put the current stuff that we have in combination with the new stuff. We were able to take a lot of what we had out and put it away so that we can rotate it at a later time. So yeah, we've made more little sections with the shelves that were already here. And the rugs really helped to make the sections stand out. The kids helped us with the puzzles because they were in separate bags, you know, so we did let them peek a little bit. They helped us put it together so that we can put it in that cool rack.
Awesome. Okay, well, show us around.
We decided to put this house on the right. In the blueprint, it was a little bit more towards this side, but we kept it open. And so we put it on the right, which works.
I like that.
It looks so great. And we have the little dress up with the careers. And we already had a map of the world up. So we put the food around there.
Awesome. That looks
with
good.
The little pans you gave us. And the nice kitchen.
Oh, I love it.
We put a couple shelves right here to do the register to buy some ice cream. And we put some musical instruments here on the shelves so that they can purchase. This is our new little music area that we put.
Oh, I love
next
it.
to our house. And so if we move over here to the left, we decided to keep this couch on this side because we like that we can see outside of the window during the days.
It looks good there. It looks really good.
It worked out. We put two areas here. And thank you so much for adding these posters on here with the people and the buildings and the food and everything. So that looks great there. Here's the building with the stem. So two of the shelves we put together.
Okay.
And this is the block area and then the science right next to that area. One of the dilemmas was because we kept this couch here in this on this side, the block units had to move a little bit this way, and so it kind of made the stem area in the same area.
Ooh, where are the unit blocks?
The unit blocks is that
the wooden blocks?
They're in the are those?
Oh, they're over there.
The math one.
It's looking really good. I do have one suggestion is potentially consider putting the unit blocks over with the transportation, animals, and people side. And you don't have to do it now, and you can, you know, it's up to you of what's, you know, your kids and your space the best, but there is a lot of different activities that you can do with having a lot of blocks over in the other area. And we usually have a separate category for unit blocks like this. And then any other like fine motor materials or other things like that, you might move to the fine motor area. So you might try to get all your blocks
on this one side with a little road carpet.
Okay, yeah. One of the stem.
What if you made the stem with the fine motor instead? What if you moved the science and STEM over with?
Yeah, you know, that could work a lot better if we have more of the blocks.
Because then you'll have your separate block area where they can, and that's great that it's in that corner because it'll keep it contained. And then I might even move those Legos over to the fine motor and science area. So then the kids can be, you know, a fine motor and the STEM kind of lend themselves to each other maybe a little better than the blocks, but you'll have to see.
I do like that idea because we do have a lot more blocks to build with than we do the science, so we can have that whole those 2 whole shelves for the blocks and the building.
Also, so that whole corner space is just for block play, because with all those blocks that you have, they're going to build pretty big, elaborate structures and stuff, and you want to have that space, and you don't want those fine motor materials getting mixed in there and kind of making it a little too chaotic in that corner.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
If we move over a little bit on this side, we have a small table there, and we put the couch. The other couches did stay in that area, and we added a little desk over here for anybody looking to pretend coffee and do their work over here in the cozy area.
Cute.
It looks great.
Yeah.
I think it would be great if the kiddos had like a working station or a working area to work with the fine motor. So if it's in between there, yeah.
We have
and maybe that
this is our big
table
group area. Maybe in the middle, or
okay.
we have this small area by the fine motor. But
I really like that small table in the
That one's cute.
Yeah.
but maybe I wonder if it could go into the kitchen area so they have a table
Big table.
in the dramatic play.
Yeah.
And then I wonder if you even had to slide, you might need to slide over that, like make that fine motor space a little bit bigger and the cozy area a little bit smaller so that you can fit that table there.
in there.
You'll have enough room for your
the chairs and tables in the middle of this fine motor
I don't know if it'll fit right in the middle, but it might if you make it big enough.
Okay.
Yay! It looks so great. I'm so excited.
It does. Thank you. Thank you so much for setting all this up for us.
Yeah, we had so much fun.
Okay, great. So we look forward to seeing you all tomorrow at 11.
Yes.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Have a great rest of your day.
You too. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi.
Hi, how's it going? Are you having fun playing in your updated space?
It's been good. I've noticed, so we had children in our nieces and nephews here yesterday while their mom was helping us set up. And we noticed that their favorite part was the pretend area with the kitchen and then the capes and everything. And also the blocks, the magnet blocks. So those are a big hit. Okay, we saved the table for the very end. When we set it up, it took us a few hours. It is really big and it looks so fancy and it's so simple too. So we love it so much. It has an extender too, which is really nice. When we have more kids, we can make it longer. It's really long and there's more space right here in the aisle in the walkway. We have ice cream and the register over there. We've already been a construction worker this morning and a firefighter. Working at the ice cream shop. There they are.
Thank you, Fido.
In this corner over here, I made that all the block area. Yesterday we had 2 sections in there, but we switched it up to all the block area.
I like that basket back there too.
Yeah, that basket looks great.
Here is some more wood cubbies, magnets, the little people and the cars.
Oh, and the table.
This is that table that we brought in to the center of the fine motor and the STEM area that were shared.
That worked great to scoot everything over.
Yeah, we scooted it over. So now there's no space in the wall. There was a little bit yesterday and that gave us a little bit more to work with for the table in here. So one of the helpers that was here yesterday said that it looks like a classroom. And I really like that because it's very intentional, every area here and every item that is here. Yeah, and it goes right with our philosophy is that we set up our environment so that they can learn through play.
We can tell it's a warm, welcoming environment.
Yes, we're very lucky. We're very lucky. We have really great kids and like really great parents that are also very involved, and we felt lucky that we got chosen. So from here it's just wow.
And to you guys, I know it's different because you're used to a different process of it, but we had nothing to compare it to. So this was like really amazing to us, and we were happy to do all the work.
Well, we do this because we really believe in family childcare and just think it's such a great experience for children. And we just want to give our thanks to you for providing this support to all the families in your community. And we love doing it because we want to highlight how awesome you are.
People like you keep positivity in the world. So thank you all for what you're doing.
Thanks so much, Freddie. That means so much to us. You're going to make me cry.
Well, we've already almost cried many times, so we're there.
We need a few tears for the show. Make sure you get on film.
At Gratitude Gardens, our 3 focus areas were to update the routine care space for meals, which meant a new table and chairs that fits better and is easier to clean and sanitize. We considered curriculum and were excited that we were able to provide a formal music curriculum to the program. The third target was to define learning areas so there's a dedicated space for particular types of play. Let's hear from Elaine about the budget breakdown for this episode.
We had a budget of $1,800 for Gratitude Gardens and several items we wanted to purchase. Some materials we thought we could find at a low cost or have donated. So let's see how it all broke down. Our big purchase items were a new dining room table and chairs, a set of unit blocks, play kitchen, and dress-up closet for dramatic play, a really cool sensory light tablet, and some new shelves and an adjustable table and 4 chairs. We rounded out purchases for them with a few other items such as dress-up outfits, magnetic tiles for the sensory tablet and block area, diverse books, and rugs to help define each learning area. We were lucky enough to get some great donated items that really pulled everything together. A music curriculum was a huge surprise to our donations. We also got some items for dramatic play like hangers, masks, a cash register, play food, and utensils. For STEM, we were donated several different science and math items. And last but not least, some puzzles, people puppets, transportation, people, and animals to complete the block area. So how did we do at Gratitude Gardens? We spent a total of $1,459 on big purchases, $306 on other materials, for a total of $1,775. We hit our budget right on target.
Thanks everyone for joining. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.